And for my first deck of the Ultra Prism to Darkness Ablaze era, I have Decidueye. I'm not expecting to attack very much in this video, to be honest with you. You know, as soon as I put down Decidueye and my opponent reads the card, it's going to be a lot of instant concedes most likely. Hopefully, you know, the basic concept of the deck is simple. Decidueye is immune to damage from Pokemon V and GX, so you get it up and running and your opponent could be in trouble just right away. And to deal with any potential Decidueye counters, I have Alolan Persian-GX that's immune to Tag Teams, Ultra Beast, and Special Energy. And I have Galarian Obstagoon with Obstruct. When it attacks, it's immune to basic Pokemon. So hopefully these are what works. You know, I play Jirachi for consistency. In a couple of test games, I do kind of wish I could put Dedenne in the deck, but that's just a huge liability. I have some more consistency, just Netball, Pokémon, Quick Ball, Turffield. I do play 2 Scoop Up Net just to help clear the field. I have 9 draw supporters, that's a lot. 2 Lucky Egg because Lucky Egg is amazing. 1 weakness guard for the Volcanion matchup, just a couple energy for Obstagoon. I should probably change that to a 1-5 split, but, you know, I do have the Persian. I'm probably not getting attacked with that, but, you know, this is my first draft. I've played a few matches. I think I went 3 and 4, so the deck does perform. And if you're wondering why I play the Hide and Seek Rowlet, that's because it can prevent damage to itself if you flip a coin. Whereas the Sky Circus one, if you played Birdkeeper, if you played Birdkeeper, you can just snipe 60 for free. But I'm not going to be playing Birdkeeper in this deck until post-rotation, so it seemed kind of useless. You know, if I have to attack with a Rowlet, I want to be able to protect myself. So that's the rationale behind that. And the Dartrix, I mean, I guess I could use the new Dartrix, right? Let's just put the new Dartrix in there, as long as I have one, right? Okay, I have 4. That's kind of sad. But yeah, I will cut directly to the game, first game, and we'll see what happens. All right, so if you took a quick look at the deck list, you read the cards, you saw the strategy, and you're wondering, what's the worst matchup for this deck? And you come to the conclusion, oh, the worst matchup for this deck is definitely going to be, drumroll, Volcanion Reshizard. Guess what deck I faced right off the bat? Hey, they are going to have to attack with Shaman. So I think I just go and get... I mean, I could just go for Obstruct, but I think I want to show them the Rowlet. I mean, my whole deck is set up to beat this deck, which is kind of hilarious. So yeah, I'll just Quick Ball. Let's get another Rowlet. You know, this is a Decidueye deck. I'm going to show off Decidueye. And yeah, they're not going to have much of a response. As long as I get a supporter, I'm totally fine. And I got a supporter. So I don't really know how they can win from this point unless they're going to have to attack with Rillaboom and Shaman. And I can't really rely on Obstagoon and yeah, I mean, if they... Well, let's just roll it again. Let's just go. You know, I'm trying to build the Vikavolt deck, but I haven't been able to get my hands on any Vikavolt because the price is so high, and I just opened all my Darkness Ablaze packs, and everyone only wants Darkness Ablaze. So I might not be able to build Vikavolt for a little bit. Okay, that is tough. That is very tough, actually. So I just have to hope they don't got it like that, because if they got it like that, then I lose. And if they... Well, I don't think they got it like that, right? So I think I just go and get, like, Dartrix. Yeah, just go get Dartrix, thin the deck a little bit. And there you go. Okay, I thought it said something crazy on the Pokédex description, but it doesn't. And there's a Marnie, that's fine. You know, I have the Turffield in play for a reason. That'll help reshuffle my deck. And just as long as I get a supporter, I'm totally fine. And I'm totally fine. Okay, so I think I research, right? I think I lose the escape board, unfortunately. I think I attach the weakness card, and then I research. Oh, okay, so now I don't even have to worry about that. So what's the retreat cost? Retreat cost is 1. Sure. I think I still do the same thing. I evolve into Dartrix, I attach the weakness card, and then I Cynthia. Yeah, that was a great top deck, and I get to keep all my supporters. Perfect. So I think I'll use the switch. We'll see what happens here. I'll probably... There's a rare candy. That's not good. Okay, so I'll get the rare candy just to be set up for next turn. I think I attached the lucky egg. Do I attach the lucky egg? Sure. I'm only down one switch. I think keeping the lucky egg here is good. Just because it helps with my consistency, and just... Lucky Egg is such an amazing card for single prize decks. If the Pokemon this card 2 is attached to is knocked out, I totally messed that up. But basically, if your Pokemon's knocked out, you draw until you have 7 cards. That's amazing. That is less amazing. That's the only downside is that card. And that's totally fine. I think I just... I have the rare candy combo. If I top deck a Pokemon, okay, that's not good. I mean, I think I just win here, right? Like, they can't do anything if I just put this into play. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. And I'll just Marnie, and I mean, as soon as they read the card, they're probably just going to concede. So I think I netball for a grass energy. I do that, I put the counter gain there, I quick ball the darkness, put Jirachi into play, and let's see if this is checkmate or not. And another fun thing is it's also a spread card. I like my spread cards. Okay, so if they have Guzzlord, I'm in trouble. And okay, so they're just going to knock out Rowlet probably, or Jirachi, that's fine. So they're definitely in a tough spot. That definitely works to my advantage. There's a Decky Dewey. Okay, so I'm just going to keep spreading and hope that they don't really have anything else going on. Because, I mean, they can bosses again. The Guzzlord is going to be a huge issue, but if they just can't do anything, then I'm totally fine. Another boss's orders, jeez. Okay, well, I mean, I'm knocking this thing out this turn. Even if they have the Guzzlord, I'm not too worried. The issue here is that Ditto is useless. Because I only play one Dartrix. The Dartrix is right there. So that would be really bad. I will get a Rowlet as long as I have one. I do. So I do have the combo next turn. So I put the Rowlet down. I preemptively get a Decidueye. And then I Splitting Arrow, take 3 prizes. And... this deck isn't meant to be an attacking deck, but, I mean, here we are. Oh, if that was a rare candy, it would have been like, when's the last time you ever saw someone with 4 rare candy in their hand? And if you have another boss's orders, okay. I mean, you're not going to have the... You're not playing... Okay, that's kind of what I figured would happen. They're not playing the ability one, are they? There's Lucky Egg, there's Dark City. Dark Union, you just put Dark Pokemon on your bench. There's Incineroar, that, I mean, I'm immune to that, so I don't care. Hey, perfect top deck. And sure, the Lucky Egg can go down, why not? And hopefully I get like an energy. Sure. And you want to knock out a Jirachi, go for it. This is what I'm going to end the game with. Definitely want to get rid of that. Probably, I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, they can get rid of my weakness guard energy, and that would be annoying. So, I mean, through 2 games, 2 tag team decks, they haven't been playing... There's nothing new from Darkness Ablaze in this deck. But, I mean, Decidueye's putting in work. This is exactly what I said would happen in my top 10 video. They play a Mightyena? Or is it just there for the Poochie? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Like, every turn they used boss's orders. This is insane. How is it possible for you to have boss's orders this much? Okay, so I just win next turn. I'm not going to bench anybody else. That would just be stupid. Even if they put the Guzzlord down, I think I should be okay because they don't have any way of powering it up. They're just delaying the inevitable at this point. And because I have simple effects on, you don't see that dome. And yeah, they're just delaying the inevitable at this point. If they try to bring up the other one, I have energy I can just put back into the deck. So there's nothing they can do. Yeah. Nothing they could do. I mean, well, let's see. So they have the Poochie, they don't have the Mighty. Yeah, there was nothing they could do, and this is why I said Decidueye is going to be so good, is because no one's prepared for this. Let's go to the next game and see what happens. And I know I teased it a little bit earlier, but my first matchup with this deck was against Reshizard Volcanion. I don't really know what happened. They put 2 Volcanion on the field. I managed to attach Weakness Guard. They might have read the card and gotten nervous, but they just sort of stopped playing. They might have disconnected. And then they conceded. So I don't really know what happened. Hey! It's a mirror match. Who wins the mirror match? Nobody wins the mirror match. I guess it's just whoever gets the best start, right? Because this is kind of crazy, because they can snipe me. So this is really bad. So I'm going to have to put the Rowlet like in the active or something. Oh, they play the Decidueye and Teleon. This is amazing. I'm not playing this deck. Like, the reason you build this deck isn't for this reason, right? Sure, let's put it down. Let's just put a damage counter on that thing. I do have the knockout, believe it or not. So I'll just go get as long as I have the Meowth in the deck, I don't have the Meowth. Are you kidding me? This always happens. The one card I have in the deck that I need, it just doesn't show up, but I would have had the knockout with the Meowth, and of course not, right? That's just how it be. And okay, so they're not taking a knockout unless they get their Decidueye. You know what? I'm gonna bet that they don't got it. They don't got it in their hand. They don't have a Drizzile. They don't got it. Okay? No way they got it. Going to attach, and they don't got it. 100% don't got it. My first game against that Volcanion, they just gave up. They had a tough start, ended up conceding. And I prized the Obstagoon, though. That was really tough. I prized the Obstagoon, and things were, oh crap. I prized the Obstagoon. It would have been the MVP against the Volcanion Reshizard deck, but they gave up, so I was good. Second game, my opponent dropped a Buzzwole. Wasn't sure what it was. Then they put down a Stonejourner V. As soon as I knocked out the Buzzwole, they conceded, because a Stonejourner VMAX deck does not stand a chance here. And they had it. Of course they did. Well, I'm going to be conceding here, because I bet everything on them not getting it. If I just retreated that Jirachi, if I thought there was a chance they were going to get it, would have been fine. If I would have not prized my stupid Meowth, there's a reason it's in the deck. Hey, yeah, this is going to be a real boring game, so I'm just going to concede. I would have lost anyway. So I'll just go to the next one real quick. Won't waste your time. No one's here to see a Decidueye versus Decidueye when I prize the card I need, and they just have everything going for themselves. And if you're wondering if this, survives rotation, I mean, you can use Turbo Patch. It's not ideal, but you can Turbo Patch to a Rowlet before you Rare Candy into it. Again, not ideal, and you're just taunting me now. So now the Meowth shows up. And this is Gengar Mimikyu, so unless they can attack with their Omastar, they're not doing anything. And I might just attack with Alolan Persian, to be honest. So yeah, I can attack with every Pokemon in this deck is designed to beat this deck, which is just hilarious. So I think I put the Lucky Egg there. I get rid of the Linoone. I go get a Rowlet. I may as well get 2 Rowlet, right? Like, why not? Nah. So, I mean, they can lock me out of the game for a turn, and that would be tough. Still have 2 energy, so I think using my supporter for my turn is the right idea, I think. I don't know. So, yeah, I'll go get another Rowlet. I will attach the grass energy to one of the Rowlet because they didn't get a fossil down, so I'm not worried about not having my items. And I will spoil the fun. And for no energy, I just did 140 damage. That's insane. If they knock this guy out, which they can easily do, that's not great. But if they use Horror House, they're just putting themselves in the worst position ever. There's Lavender Town. You can just look at your opponent's hand. That's a fine card. But I do like how everything is working out exactly how I said it would. You know, Decidueye, you play it day 1 on the ladder, and you're just going to destroy your opponent. Oh, since when does this deck play Boss's Orders? Okay. They do know I can retreat, right? Let's see what you got in your hand. So you got 2 Boss's Orders. So the best bet for me is to just try and use hide and seek, because they'll just Boss's Orders. So I'm just gonna use hide and seek and see what happens. And bad things happened. Okay. So what can I do? This is kind of funny. I can Scoop Up Net the Rowlet, go and get Alolan Persian, and then I automatically win. So that'll be kind of funny. You know, there's a reason I put Persian in the deck. There's a reason I put Obstagoon in the deck. It was just to sort of shore up the weaknesses of Decidueye. And, you know, I went for a broad spectrum, you know, win rate with this deck. I didn't go for, you know, just the focused Decidueye only. Try and beat those matchups with stuff like Weakness Guard. You know, I put 1 Weakness Guard in here just in case. But for a first draft of a deck, this is pretty good. You know, it's beating what it's supposed to beat, and it lost to what it isn't supposed to beat. So I will do that. I will Pokécom. Pokécom is still good in 2020. Go get Alolan Persian-GX. Are they actually thinking of attacking with it? Because if they do, that would be hilarious, because I can't really defend against that. Yeah. So if you got it, go for it. You know, if you attacked with an Omastar, I will happily give you the win. If you win with an Omastar, I am happy to give you this win, because that would be insane. They're probably just taking a second to read it. If they have a counter to it, which is this guy, then they're totally fine. Yeah, so it's tag teams. I'm immune to that, Ultra Beast, and Special Energy. And they have Surprise Box. Okay. You do know you're a tag team, right? That was fun. Are you going to concede? Nope. Okay. Well, let's do that and give it the old pass. So as soon as I use Claw Slash, you know, I might use Stalking Claws. Or not. You know, they should probably try and reset stamp me just to get me out of my energy. But, I mean, it'd just be delaying the inevitable pretty much. And I think they had some pretty good cards in that hand. Yeah, they had another bosses. They didn't have Rare Candy, though. And now they do. Okay, so Omastar, it's only a 2 energy. It's only a 2 energy attack, so that is bad. So what I have to do is I have to use Stalking Claws on it, because it has 130 hit points. Are you freaking kidding me? So I was going to say, if they get an attack off this turn, I just lose. So what do I do? You know, if I knock out the active, that's totally cool. You know, I don't think I play Boss's Orders or anything. You know, this deck was designed for one reason. It was not designed to be an attacking deck, despite what you've seen. So I think, you know, this worries me. If they play a fighting energy, I'm in trouble. But if they play a special energy like Rainbow or something, then they can't hurt me, because I'm immune to special energy. And there you go. I think that's the perfect place to stop it because, I'm trying to pump out some videos here real quick. And yeah, the Obstagoon never came into play, which is kind of unfortunate. The Persian, it won that last game. The freaking Meowth would have won me the game against that Decidueye deck, but it was prized. So I'll put the list in the description as always. There's a lot of changes you could make. There's the Jirachi GX, there's Araquanid. I'll pull it back up. There's just a lot you could do. But I just wanted to show off the power of Decidueye. It's basically an auto win if your opponent isn't prepared for it. So if you're playing ADP-zation, which I played against earlier, they play Duraludon. If they don't play Duraludon, it's an easy win. If they do play it, it's an easy loss. But I really like this card. It belongs in Standard. It needs to exist just to put some decks in check. And as you saw, it can take some really easy wins. So I will put the list in the description. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time with... I don't even know what I'm going to do next because getting these cards on the trading post is really difficult. So let's find out together. I'll see you then.